All right. Great challenge for our guys this week. Obviously, playing the best team in the country, a team that's really been the dominant program in all of college football over the last 10 years. Know them well, play. We get, I guess not everybody, we get to play them every year. So we know them well. They got obviously explosive players all over the field. They got one of the top defenses, if not the best defense in the country. They come at you with a lot of depth, rotate a lot of guys through, really good. Big, physical, stout guys up front, very disciplined, fundamentally sound, great tackling linebackers, and then guys that can cover you throughout the entire secondary. Offensively, they got a playmaking quarterback. They got some dynamic wide receivers that can beat you deep or run after the catch with the ball in their hands. Big offensive line, and then they got a lot of depth at running back. It's I think they're 5 deep at running back probably. So obviously a very, very talented team, knows how to win. So it'll be a huge challenge for us this week. It's Veterans Day, so that'll be cool. We got, I guess, a cool uniform right there that we'll be wearing. Make sure you get cats that look like that guy too to fill that thing out right there. Great challenge, is what you come play in the SEC for, these type of games. Questions?
Hey, Dan, how do you get your guys to believe in something that you guys have not been able to do?
Same way we've done it all along. Mississippi State's never been able to go to a lot of bowl games, never been number one in the country. Never had a lot of wins records. That's just what we've done. That's what the program that we've built here is. That's what the whole thing is based on. So, same as we've done for every other aspect of building this program.
You talked about Jalen being kind of a playmaking quarterback and everything. Is it? I know you're not going to give away game plan, but is it as simple as stopping him, and then that leads to everything else, or do you really have to be more multifaceted than that?
Well, they have an awful. Yeah, okay, you got to stop him. You got to stop the running backs. You got to stop the tight ends and the receivers. That's basically the game plan. You got to stop all of them. So it's not one guy. They're certainly not a one-man show. So you got to stop everybody.
You spoke last week about the identity this team has taken on offensively of kind of pounding people. What is that identity defensively? And is it difficult to take on a true identity like that with a defensive coordinator change in that first year?
No, I think they do. It's obviously a fast, physical, aggressive defense that gets after you, and every single snap. And you watch. We've been able to do that, take advantage of things, be aggressive, stop. I think we've played very good defense. You take out, I think we're giving up too many big plays and on the defensive side of the ball, and Todd and I look if you take out some of the big explosives. I'm not even talking about the 12 to 15 yard explosive plays. The big explosive, statistically, we've had a great year defensively. Without those, even the game the other day, I think they had 180 yards on 3 plays. You go back to some other games, we've given up some of those, the 60, 70-yard plays. But overall, besides that, if you watch the identity of our defense is playing fast, physical, aggressive style defense.
Anything new on Gary Green from last week?
He should be okay to play. So he should be cleared. Some of the guys we won't know till later in the week, but we got. Like everybody, we got a lot of guys banged up, and just next guy's got to step up and go play.
Do you feel that you have to play an almost perfect game to beat Alabama, and that almost pressures you too much when you play against a team like them?
No, in my mind, you got to play a perfect game to beat anybody. In college football, you got to come out and play great, or you can't expect to win in today's college football. You look at Saturday. I thought we had a great week of practice Saturday. I thought we had great preparation leading into the game. I don't think we came out and executed that clean, and we found a way to make plays to win at the end. If you don't do that every week, you're not going to expect to win no matter who you're playing.
Alabama really bottled up Nick Fitzgerald in the running game last year. How do you open things up for him in that regard?
Hopefully run better, block a little better.
You mentioned the kind of pounding identity for the offense and not giving up any explosive plays defensively. You haven't had too many explosive plays offensively. With a identity like the one you have, do you kind of just tailor your play calling to that, or do you go out of your way to try to create some of those?
We're always looking for explosives. In some games, we have a lot more than others, and had some chances for explosive Saturday. You got to execute those. You know what I mean? But two of our interceptions came on what could have been explosive plays. And they ended up being negative plays for us. So that kind of stuff happens at times.
Aries hadn't had a chance to get into the end zone a whole lot this year, so he doesn't get a whole lot of the headlines and things, but just how important has he been to how this offense works?
Well, he's huge. You look at, I always talk about that, the carries he has. I mean, the offense kind of goes through him. He sets the tempo of the game for us with his ability to pound the run, carry the ball. I mean, he leads the team by far in carries, and be physical between the tackles is huge, and tell me, he gotta go explode and run away from people to get his touchdowns. Got to can't get tackled inside the 5-yard line, and to get the touchdowns. But but I think it is critical what his play and that style of plays allowed us to. That sets up everything else within the offense.
Hey, Dan, on extra point and field goal block, the way
Okay.
they're calling that leaping stuff now,
Okay.
how do you teach your players, and what is your teaching points?
You
to
don't
keep
leap?
From getting that? Just stay on the ground.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you can jump straight up vertically, you can do that. But you better have a guy from where that you jump from that has an unbelievable vertical and length. I don't know that we have somebody of that nature. I could go see if Ben could let us borrow somebody or not if we wanted to try to put in that scheme. But that doesn't. You got to go vertical. You just go straight vertical. So I'm not in that. We do what the rules apply. You look at what best suits your team, and we do it. So we don't do that.
And could you evaluate Reggie Todd's first start and how he did? I know he just made a couple of catches, but how does he progressed, and maybe evaluate your other younger receivers as
they're coming along. Obviously they're being forced into situations you wouldn't expect them to be forced into right now. When you look at the depth, I think we had 4 or 5 scholarship receivers to play the game on Saturday. It's not a lot, especially for us. So, guys got to step up and go make plays, and they're getting a lot more reps and a lot of experience and good growing. Obviously, you'd like it to be the other way where you can control how they grow and put them in good situations, but we don't have that option right now where those guys are forced to play a lot of plays. And, and for the long term, for their future, it's going to be pretty good.
Nick Fitzgerald, I know you knew he could run before he got the starting job, but then, there's a lot of tape on him now. He's played a lot of games, and he continues to run for 100 yards week after week after week. Has it, I don't know if surprise is the right word, but are you kind of impressed at how he can continue to be effective and be one of the best rushing quarterbacks in SEC history so far?
Well, I think, there's a lot of other people around him that help that out. Obviously the ability, the offensive line, Eris, all of those things allow him to do it because a lot of it is option plays. And, so the defense trying to take other people away allows him to run the ball. I think, but we probably have the least number of quarterback runs. We have less quarterback runs with him than any other quarterback we've had. So, it's more option-based. We don't have a lot of quarterback-designed runs. And so it's really the other facets that allow him to go do that, and he just makes good decisions.